Hey everyone, so today I am so excited to share with you all my favorites from the month of September. Good night. It's gonna be Christmas before we know it. I know I'm like jumping the gun, but I'm so excited. I never put out anything like fall until the first day of October, and I don't like decorating with like orangey leaves and a bunch of stuff like that. If we put out pumpkins, it'll just be like outside. But I like putting out, you know, like wreaths that look kind of fall and, you know, like fall candles and stuff. But I'm excited to actually like put that stuff out this week. I have a lot of bad things too. I do. I have a lot of bad things, and very rarely, you know, like I'll mention things here and there, but very rarely do I just have like a lot of bad things. And I feel like I need to mention them because there's some things that I have mentioned throughout the month. So we're gonna talk about that. Okay, I hope you guys had the best month. I feel like I say this every month. I really feel like every month I have like the best month. Like I don't know. I've just been like so happy, and I don't know. I know you guys get probably sick of me saying that, but it is. You just gotta be happy, man. So I have some good stuff, really good stuff, beauty stuff, some food, some different kinds of things that I'm really kind of excited to share with you guys before we get started. I'm wearing this top, which again, I'm ready. I'm ready. This morning it's been so cool. I think we're gonna go to our little favorite like farm place that we like going to, and maybe get some plants and let Olivia run around a bit and see the animals and stuff, because it feels so good out. So if I seem a bit rushed, it's because I'm gonna like leave right after this, but I thought I would wear this. I hope it doesn't warm up enough where I can't wear this. It's very thin though, but that's what I love about this. It's like a really soft flannel, and I showed this in my my fall lookbook. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. So many good ideas for fall dressing, like realistic stuff. They're very affordable, they're really thin and just very cozy and soft, but you could wear it when it's hot out and it won't sweat you out. I did that the other day. But yeah, it's still a little cuddly. So, and I love a flannel that's black and white and gray. Not so big on like a lot of colorful ones, unless if it's like right at Christmas or something, because I always feel like the brownie guy. I had a green one and I never felt right about wearing it, and I never wore my red one either. But I might get into those. But just like more basic colored ones. I'm wearing this necklace, which honestly, this would be a favorite every month. It's that one that I got, gosh, several months back. And it has this really beautiful charm on the end. It's actually, I think it's sterling. I know this little thing says it has a little sterling stamp on it, but it has this little, it's like adjustable. So, you know, when you take it off, you can slide this down. You could wear it really long if you wanted, but I like to kind of wear it right in between your collarbones, like right at that little hole. And it's just flattering, and I kind of like, you know, tuck it in. You could wear it out if you wanted. It's just beautiful, and I don't have to think. I throw it on with everything. I really wouldn't need anything else. I've got so many good jewelry items and things, but I just always reach for this. I'm also going to show you a new little wallet-y type thing that I got. Okay, so let's jump in. This is something that is very different for me, because normally I don't spend the money on like just shave gel. I usually just use like body wash, and I'm really into those little Venus ones that kind of fit around the razor, you know, the little refills that have the little shave bars. Sometimes I notice, like, you know, when you use those, you can't just jump right in the shower and start like shaving your legs. You really have to, you've got to really wait toward the end. You still might need to use a little bit of shower gel. And I saw this when I was shopping at Ulta. I probably wouldn't have been drawn to like go and buy it and spend I think it's $16 normally. I got mine half off because I think this particular scent, the Blue Agave, maybe is going out or something. I don't know, but I hope not, because I really like it. But it was in that little sale section of Ulta. You know how like they have like the little like sale nooks where like it's a bunch of like weird nail polishes and stuff? Well, this was sitting there, and I remember my sister-in-law had mentioned this a long time ago. It's the Wish Shave Cream, and this is in the Blue Agave. And you know, it kind of goes up. I like products like that go up as you use them, so you can see how much you've used. And I've been using this month. I feel like it's going to last a really long time. It just has a very clean, soft, creamy scent, and I don't like real berry scented things or real sickening. They also had one that was like the regular, you know, in the regular like price. I guess these are the flavors that are gonna stick around. The berry ones, there was berry something I think, or pomegranate, I don't remember, and then almond, and I would have purchased the almond one, but then I saw this one. This one's half off, so I could kick myself for not going back and scooping up a few more because they were, I mean, it was really cheap. But I'm not kidding. This is the best shower cream I've ever used. My legs feel like silk. I mean, it's so good. This is a moisturizer that I've been using lately in the daytime, and it's the Murad Anti-Aging Moisturizer SPF 20 for blemish prone skin. And these Murad moisturizers, like, I've had a lot of them over the years, and I gotta admit, like, I never mention them much because they're just not that exciting. They kind of like just smell like sunscreen. A lot of them feel greasy, like they're just too much. This one I really like. It does smell like sunscreen, but a little goes a very long way. And I've realized, as my skin is getting better, it's still not perfect by any means, but as it's getting better, I'm kind of going back to like, do what you did before you started trying a whole bunch of products and maybe using things that weren't great for me. Like I used to use a lot of like oil-free things or things, I would really pay attention to like things saying like it wouldn't clog your pores. And I know like if you're like me and you're gonna have hormonal problems, like hormonal acne, like I didn't start breaking out till I was an adult, which totally sucks. You can't prevent it 100%. You know, there's other things that you can do, but like you kind of have to handle that like internally. But I do feel like keeping your pores clean, not using things that will clog them up, helps, you know? And this has been so good. It feels like silk. It's just really good. And I like that it has a bit of SPF for the days that I don't use my BB cream that has SPF in it, you know, like just when you need that. Gosh, I have a lot of good things. I'm gonna go ahead and mention this. So I'm just gonna mix it all up. Okay, these are, I have 2 more boxes of them in the freezer. They are the Haagen-Dazs chocolate, dark chocolate almond ice cream bars, chocolate fudge swirls, and chocolate ice cream dipped in chocolate, dark chocolate and almonds. I have been obsessed with Haagen-Dazs plain chocolate ice cream since I was in high school. Me and my best friend loved it. And I just, for years, if I want chocolate ice cream, that's what I get. Haagen-Dazs chocolate, you cannot compare anything to it. It has little like chunks of chocolate on the pint. Okay. These like super bougie ice cream bars that come like 2 or 3 in a pack for like $7 really anger me. And this is that kind of stuff. It's 3 bars. I mean, Haagen-Dazs at least give me like 6 bars. I can't even like have people over and like, what are we gonna like fight over the ice cream that I don't get any? Maybe they'd make a bigger box. I don't know. 3 is so depressing. So you always have to buy like a handful of boxes. And then you've spent like $20 on ice cream. But this is so worth it, okay? It's just the best ice cream. And I had one more in here, but I took it out and put it in because I didn't want it to melt. But you guys, this is so good. Okay, so like it's the best shell chocolate. Okay, and it's got little almonds. I think almonds are the most boring ice cream, nuts of any kind, except for like wet walnuts are so good. Such like the most boring ice cream topping ever. I really don't like nuts on ice cream. These are so good mixed into the shell because it gives it like a really good crunch. And then it's got the Haagen-Dazs chocolate ice cream in it, and it's got yummy fudge swirls. So it's like chocolate on chocolate. And for a while there, I was getting, just every now and then I'd pick up some of those Magnum ice cream bars. And when I purchased these for the first time, I grabbed these, and then I grabbed some that were like caramel. It was like chocolate with caramel ice cream on the inside that were the Magnum brand. And I'm not kidding. Those are not good, and I realized after comparing both of these, like having them at the same time, why I don't really like those. I keep buying them because like, you know, like if my family's over, if people are over, you know, it's fun to have like some ice cream in the freezer, but when you bite into those, the shell is so waxy that you end up like chewing it like gum, like it doesn't go away. And that's what, it just is so gross. And this one actually does, like it's a really good shell. I know I have like issues about ice cream. But it's so good. Do yourself a favor and try that. You will thank me. It's so delicious. So in my ride or die video, I mentioned these eyelashes, and it was the first day I'd worn them, and I was like, I cannot say these are my ride or die eyelashes when this is the first day wearing them. But I knew that day when I put them on, they felt totally different than any others I'd ever put on before. I've only used 1 pair of them, but I wore them about 3 times. Since they're a little thinner, sometimes you can't get as many wears, but I thought 3 was really good out of a really thin pair of lashes. So these that say 155 are so good. They're lightweight, they're the perfect length. The band is kind of like, it has a band that doesn't show, like sometimes the thicker bands really show like in the middle, or you just have to put on more eyeliner. And a lot of times I don't like to. I like to wear my false lashes with like nothing. So these are perfect. Is this their lightweight? Like they are. They feel like nothing. They're wispy, but they give you some volume. The Eyeliner number 155, it's like I could just use those and have nothing else and not even miss any other eyelashes. They're so good. Okay, this is something that I've been using for the last week, so it's not really like a favorites for the month, but I have to mention it because I actually ordered this, and I know I always say, oh, I'm on a perfume ban, I've got to, use up this before I use that, but I'm like, why? If I want something, I'm just going to use it. Obviously, I've got all these other perfumes and they're not going anywhere. Like my Byredo ones, my Gucci ones, some of my Chanel's, I really use those. Gosh, even, I've got like really good ones. Those Elizabeth and James ones. I could keep going. My Jo Malone ones, I love. But there are some that I'm not using. And I don't need to feel bad. Like if I want to try something new, I really want to just kind of try something new. Okay, so this is the Chanel number 5 Leau. Like L-E-A-U. I mean, that means like water. And I didn't know that they had this lighter version of Chanel number 5. When I first sprayed it, I thought, oh, it has that heavy, almost a little bitterness that Chanel number 5 has that I'm not a big fan of. I love it though. I love smelling it on like my grandmother. She used to wear it. She's kind of worn it on and off over the years. When she was really young, when her and my grandfather first got married, he sent her a bottle of it from Germany when he was overseas. And I think I've shown you guys that before, but it's just special. She's kind of always worn this. And when I smell it, it reminds me of her. But this one has that hint of Chanel number 5 that you like, but it's not heavy. This one smells like fresh soap, clean. Oh, like I sprayed it all over this morning and I just love it. Brad said he liked it. It's just, I thought to myself, maybe I should try to get a whole bunch more samples, but then I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it because I really like it. Well, I really like it, I'm gonna try it. So I'll show you guys when I get that, but I'm so excited about that. Like I love perfumes. I've realized that. Like I've always really liked perfumes, but very rarely do I really get excited about something new. I smell the new Elizabeth and James ones, the rose ones and the bourbon ones. I did not like either one. I have not tried the Louis Vuitton ones yet. I'm pretending like they don't exist because I know I'll probably find one that I like, and then but These Dream Bouncy blushes, when these first came out, I really was into them. And then over the years, obviously, you try other things, but I went back to them. I really love them. So the colors, I almost said flavors, that I have right now are the Orchid Hush and the Rose Petal. I'd say if you were going to get one, try the Rose Petal. They do have darker colors though if your skin tone's a bit darker, which is nice. But if you're just kind of on the fence, you don't know which one to try the Rose Petal because it's kind of pink, it's kind of coral, it's kind of just looks good. That's what I'm wearing today. And it kind of just looks good. And then with the Beauty Blender for the blush, that's just the best way to apply it. I've really been enjoying these little pencils. I got the Trish McAvoy Eye Brightener in Shell, and it's just a matte pink. It's very creamy. You can kind of put it like in that area. You can kind of run it along that line, that dark line, before you put your concealer on. It's a really good like correcting thing. You can put it under your eyebrow. This is probably the best like pink pencil I've tried. I've tried a bunch of these. Like the, like the Benefit Eye Bright. And they have the Highbrow, but I don't like the new Highbrow, like the regular one. It's different than the old one. But the Highbrow Glow is like probably one of my new favorite things. I'm wearing that today. But so it's just beautiful. It's not like overwhelming frost. It's just very, very pretty. And I even used it on my eyelids just like as a cream shadow. You can kind of put it here. I'm kind of just like overlapping. But it's really easy and just kind of a good little thing to have. Today on my lips, I'm wearing the Kat Von D Lovesick. And I kind of started using other things and I know I really love this one, but I kind of, like I said, I went to other things. And when you go back to it, it's just so good. And I have a little bit of the Kylie So Cute over it. So if you're curious about what I'm wearing on my lips, that would be it. I don't have any lip liner. Just those, but yeah, you can't beat that. The Kat Von D Lovesick, when I mentioned it in my Ride or Die video, I was like, I need to bust that out again. Like, I really need to start using that a lot more, and I've really been enjoying it. This is a fun little thing. So I picked this up at Sephora a couple months back, just as I was checking out, it was like in the little, where they always get you when you're like going through the checkout and they have all those adorable little, like travel sized items. And this is the Glam Glow Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment, which I really, really love. I love using masks that are moisturizing. I think it's really good for my skin. Even though I'm a bit breakout prone, you need a lot of, like for me, I have to have a lot of moisture too, because if it gets too dry, it produces too much oil. So I really like treatments like this, and this one hasn't done anything crazy to my skin. I know if like a product's gonna break me out, I'll break out in weird places, not just like where I break out hormonally. And my skin has been like smoother than ever in those areas. So I'll admit the scent of this really gets me like in a good way. Like it kind of makes me like it even more. It's very like coconutty, just delicious, very like, just a comforting, like yummy coconut smell. Almost like, well, I say almost like a fakey, like pineapple coconut. Smells like a pina colada, okay? But it actually really is nice on your skin. So try this, it's really good. And I know that I'm gonna be picking up a full size one of those when it runs out. This is a really cool brush. I've mentioned it several times, I think, like in different videos recently, but it's the F89 Bake Kabuki by Sigma. And I'll show you what I use this for. So I use this with like a lighter powder, like my, was it the Ethereal Light by Hourglass? This is the one that I just have it in. You know, you can make your own little palettes now. So after I do my concealer, I just stamp it right there. I don't put heavy powders under my eyes. I find a lot of times it just kind of makes it worse if it's gonna settle or look cakey or dry. Good stuff. And this is just the perfect brush to do that with. I feel like it has a better result, but I use less product than like if I were to use like a little round brush, you know, like the little ones that I always used for years by Sigma. This one is so good. And if you really were gonna pile it on and like do the whole baking thing, you could certainly do that too. But I just love it. It's just so easy. Probably be a good foundation brush too, but I don't know. What I've been doing to my hair this month, I haven't really been wearing as many ponytails because my hair's been getting longer and I've been enjoying it more. I've been able to curl it more and have it look better. I love short hair and I always grow it out and cut it, but when it's short, I just cannot get into curling it or styling it because I like this look and you just can't get that when it's short. Like you can, but it's just different. It's kind of like a choppier little look, you know what I mean? Like it's just not the same. I like to have it at least this long where it can actually turn enough times to where it has like this other turn right here. You know what I'm saying? Like if it were shorter, it would just be like that and it wouldn't look, and then that falls like immediately. And I use a smaller curling iron. I guess this is like a 1 inch, but I've just, you know, it's just been easy. So I can wash my hair, I can dry it in the morning. Sometimes I used to let it air dry and I still do that sometimes, but I find that if I dry it and then like in the morning I curl it, it can last like days and I can just use dry shampoo and, you know, shower at night and stuff, but I don't always have to wash my hair, which is really cool. I need to wash it tonight. This is, I think I'm on my 3rd day. I did use a little bit, but my hair hasn't been getting as oily. I've been using a lot of like dry shampoo, but I think it's good. And I have the cutest little shower cap. I'll show it in another video. It's a little Benefit one that looks like kind of old lady-ish and it's adorable. It's like super embarrassing if like anyone ever sees you in it because you look like, I don't know, it's just hilarious. This is my new little guy this month. I always mention if I pick up like any new bags or something. I don't always like do videos on this and stuff, but I sold all my big wallets. I'm not a huge fan of those, but when I saw this one, I thought maybe I could use it like as a little clutch. I didn't want to get like the bag because I thought these new Gucci, you know, like the little logo is adorable, but now that I see it, all I see is the CoverGirl logo, which I'm not quite sure about, but it's really pretty. But I actually like this piece, and I'm glad that I didn't get the actual bag. So I have the YSL one. That kind of is a similar size and bag. If I were ever gonna carry, you know, one like this, I would just carry that one. But I thought this would be good because I could carry it kind of clutch style and I could use it as a wallet. So I told you guys that I ended up selling my Sarah wallet, my big Louis Vuitton, which I loved and it was beautiful. But I thought it's not ever gonna be used because it's very heavy. And then when I put it in my bag, it was just very bulky and very, very heavy. This one is like nothing, and the inside of it is just very floppy and open. It feels like it's made really nice, but at the same time, it's just easy. My Sarah one was always very tight. It was hard to get things, but I like this configuration of a wallet. I don't like to flop the whole thing up. I love it. I think it's really nice. And I've been using that little Chanel one, which is smaller than this, but I could see myself going back to a larger one, and I'm glad that I have one now because I know for so many years I did enjoy one. So I'll kind of, as I use that, I'll give you guys a little update, and like I said, Makes an adorable little clutch. I have several things that I don't like. This video might be a little long. First things first, this is probably what I dislike the most, and it is terrifying. Okay, so this is the new newish MAC Insta Curl Lash. First of all, it looks like something that I would be just very afraid of. Like, looks like a big long, like I'm gonna kill you fingernail. Like a spider. I don't know. It really scares me. It's very dangerous. So if you have children in the house, I'm kidding, but okay. So when I opened it, I thought maybe this is cool. This is scratchy though. I like the brush. I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. It's kind of like Lash Blast-ish. But what you do is you twist this and it turns it into a curved wand, but it's not even like a straight curve. And then as I used it, the mascara wasn't even all that. I know this is probably wrong to say, but I literally feel like I feel like every mascara has the same formula, but they just use different brushes. It's like, is that bad to say? It's probably bad to say. I'm not knocking it because there are some that I love the Plush Lash, which I need to try that again. And I love the little one that has the blue end, you know, that has the smaller, what is that one called? I forgot. They've got some good ones. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, this is weird. I mean, if you want your brush to be curved, everybody knows, you can just do that. And then when you put it back, you can straighten it out. So a little tip. That freaks me. Like, I don't like that. This just gives me a weird feeling. This was something that I bought and really was excited about because I love these pen liners. It's the Laura Mercier Instant Ink 24-Hour Brush Eyeliner, and I even used it when it was new. You know, I used it, I think, even in a video when I first got it. And what is weird about it is that, do I have my Clinique one? What's weird about it is that as you use it, this was gonna kind of be a replacement of my Clinique one, the Pretty Easy, the brush one, which I ended up repurchasing. It's so good. I cannot, here it is. It's so good. It glides on. It's a brush, you know. It just glides on so perfectly. It stays really wet. You can work with it. Okay, this is the problem with this one. When I tried it out that day, it must have been just a very thin line. It gets very dry and drags around very quickly. I don't know, you know, I felt like I'd have to put the cap on. I just feel like the formula is just a little too quick drying. So that ended up not being too great. And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in my drugstore mascaras because for years I've always tried, you know, fancier brands, and I admit, like, I'm in love with several fancy mascaras, but I like knowing that at the drugstore there's always like my old standbys, like the Lash Blast, the L'Oreal Voluminous, the Maybelline Full and Soft. The last tube of Lash Blast I bought a few months ago was horrible. Like, it was, you know, I don't know, like it was just different. It didn't build as well. It didn't like have that pretty lift. I don't know, it was just very strange. The L'Oreal Voluminous, I purchased this earlier in the month or at the end of last month. I was so disappointed in this. It didn't build like it used to. It's a big, goopy, clumpy mess, and it just looked gross. And yeah, you think, well, they're cheaper, so get over it. Well, not really. I mean, drugstore mascara is like, there's still some of them around like 10 bucks. L'Oreal Voluminous isn't super cheap by any means. And I don't think that. I don't feel like you should just expect it not to be as good because it's from the drugstore, because there are really good drugstore ones. And then the Full and Soft. And I guess I gotta expect this because things change over the years. Like different brands, you know, they change the formula, like things happen, I get it. But the Full and Soft was always very dry and fluttery and just beautiful, and it built really nice. And this was always my go-to for like, cause so I know what it does, like, or I know what it's like, you know, it was always my go-to, like if I was, you know, not getting super glammed up or I just wanted something like easy. This is almost like oily or something, like it goes on just very like spiky and gross. And I tried to use it today and I ended up just like piling on so much, and it doesn't even look that great. I had to work with it way too long. It's just not worth it. And then I was really disappointed in this, the Urban Decay Illuminated Trio. You guys know I am a sucker for some highlighter, and I even got a new one. I'm going to show in my upcoming, I've got a haul video coming up. These were so disappointing, and it's tempting to say, oh, I like them because they're Urban Decay and they're probably going to be pretty hyped up. I will say, I did get this at the same time, the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics, and I love this. So we'll talk about this one soon. Oh my gosh, I think this might be my favorite naked whole thing. Okay, so I didn't even use the brush because the brush is kind of cool though. Let me see. I mean, it's a cool highlighting brush. It's kind of small and, oh, yeah, the brush I can work with. So the colors are beautiful, but when I first looked at them, I thought, oh, they look very sparkly. And they are very sparkly. And they're dark. Like, I mean, that would be beautiful, like, on darker skin tones. And it's even pretty, like, when you do, I don't even want to put that on because I don't want glitter on my, ooh, like, I touched it and just a little bit of glitter. It's just too much glitter. So this is what the 3 colors look like. I think the colors are nice. I think I like it how they have like a goldeny bronze one. They've got one that's a little brighter, not like a white or anything, but it's a little brighter and pinky. And this is kind of a medium pinky one. But when you put them on, there's so much fallout glitter that for me, I like a bronzer or an illuminator or a highlighter that's just, even if it's frosted, that's just very creamy. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's very glowy, just kind of there. And I don't want one where the sparkle is all on my wrist. It's like everywhere. Like, I cannot even, they're not creamy. They're just very dusty and sparkly. So very, very annoyed with that because I think they could have made those really, really good. But that's it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I cannot tell you how excited I am about life and this month and just everything. I feel like I'm always pretty warm and fuzzy and happy, but I just am so excited about this time of year. Not like basic fall things like, oh, I'm excited about, you know, coffee and candles and stuff like that. Like, we all like those things, but when it changes, when the seasons change, I don't think I have seasonal affective disorder because I honestly really like winter and like gloomy days, and I love when it rains outside. It makes me so happy. I think it's just so hot and like during the end of these like southern hot summers that, you know, the end of summer right before fall is the absolute worst. It gets worse right before it gets better. So I think right when you get that first few days of relief where you feel like you can actually breathe and it's just like, oh, like that's just gone, you know, like the humidity's gone. I feel like I say this every year, but it makes me feel so good. So I'm so excited to get out of it today. So I'm gonna let y'all go so we can get out of here ourselves. And I will talk to you all very, very soon. Love you guys so much. Talk to you later. Bye.